Hi babe, welcome. This is the hairstyle we will be recreating today. It's a Madagascar inspired hairstyle from a tribe in Madagascar. Rihanna used it for a Vogue photo shoot and it just inspired a lot of people to start recreating the hair again. So this hairstyle is, I am sure I have seen it on my ancestors from Nigeria. So it's not just from, it's like they look alike. African hairstyles kind of look alike. So we are recreating this, but I'll be using zigzag lines because I want to play with the style and just make it fun for me while recreating it. So we used zigzag lines instead of straight lines. I went ahead and sectioned her whole head into the number of braids I want before starting. If you look at the previous pictures, like the pictures that inspired Rihanna's hairstyle, the braids, should I call them braids? Each of those braids are few. They are like no more than 12. Most times when you see them on older looking pictures, they are not plenty. But on Rihanna's head, they were like more than usual. So we are going for that vibe. Not making it too scanty because children of nowadays I'm joking. I'm not making it as scanty as the previous pictures that inspired Rihanna. So we're just making it a little bit more fuller. So I'm just letting you see how I kind of contemplate where the zigzag should face because of the size of the sections, trying to make them equal with the curves of the head and the varying sizes of amount of hair on the side of the head. Sometimes it might not come out perfectly equal, but that was it. When I was done, I braided just her natural hair, I'm trying to keep it as protected as possible and tucked away as possible. So I used that length of Brazilian wool, and immediately I started making this, I was aware of the length of the hair because I wanted it to fall in a particular way. I have done this style previously before. We've done it up to like shoulder length. We've done a style as short as this. We use zigzag, we use puzzle braids. We've had fun with this style, so you can check my previous videos if you want to see like the ones with a little variety. The very first time we made, okay, the second time we made this hair, we wrapped it very tightly. If you wrap the hair with the kinky tightly, it gives you a different look, and if you wrap it loosely, it gives you a different look. This is like medium tension wrapping, and you can see how it looks. It's looking like natural, but not as natural as it can be, because the fluffier you make it, the less longer it is going, the less durable it is going to be, but it's going to look way natural. And this was one of the technique I used in making the afro ball. You're going to see the rest in those previous videos. We've been exploring different ways to make these balls in order to get them to last the best and look the best. So this is one of the techniques, guys. I'm going to link one or two of those previous videos at the end of this one so that you can check it out. One I made, it was very like the stem, not the stem, the long part of the hair was skinny and the ball was huge, and all the balls were away from my head. So it was just like seeing a very big ball and then smaller balls flying away from it. It was looking funny until I styled it and brought the balls closer to my scalp. But you should watch that watch it so that you will not make the same mistakes we've made, or if that's the look you're going for, then you will go after it with your chest up, with your chest out, knowing that is what you want. So I varied the amount of wool I used on her hair. The one I used on the first braid closer to her ear is more than the wool I attached to this one, just because her natural hair has more density in the middle than the one closer to the ear, right? And I wanted them to be equal. So closer to the ear, let's say maybe I use like 18, let's say maybe 16 Brazilian wool, and then up here I used 12. Just little variation like that because I was aiming for equal sized end product. So if you wanted this thing to be like very very stiff and tight and shiny and last more. You're going to really like when going around with the kinky, you like pull the kinky and apply tension as you're wrapping it so that it's going to make it look shinier. It's going to make it look more artificial because it's going to look like silky and shiny and tight, you know, but it's going to last more, but it's going to look less natural. If I were to wrap this thing more loosely, it's almost going to look like a natural hair with that natural fluffiness and kinkiness, you know, the sweet. That style is sweet, but if you do that, unless you don't want to if you don't want to wear the hairstyle for a long time, then be my guest. Be my guest. If you want to wear it for a while, then this style it's actually long lasting. We had this other way where we would tie, make knots to get the ball size, but the problem with that one was that the ball was not um round. The shape was like oblong or oval with a dent in the middle, like the shape of those ducks that they put in bathwater when kids are playing. Those not ducks, like oh, there is this artificial looking makeup sponge that has like it's like oval, but the middle side is inside like a water bottle. I don't know how to explain it, but that was how the afro balls were looking. So I wasn't feeling it. We've just been playing around with it, but this one gives like the roundest ball. I can say this gives the roundest afro puff so far. And I used just one pack of that rosemary kinky hair. You need to clap for me. The previous times we've been making this, we've been using 2 packs of kinky hair extension, and I just like the more I do it, I figure out better ways to have the best results. So when I was done with her hair, remember I already have a designated number of sections. When I was done, I was looking at the hair, I was like, this is looking like those previous ones that our ancestors used to make. That one, those people, the kind of confidence that they have to rock their hair, like they look like goddesses, they look like royalties. They would have like 3 braids on their head and carry their head so high. Like when you look at their pictures, you be like, was this a queen? You know? But during our time, if you make like 3 braids and you're walking around, people will be looking at you as if your head is not correct. And if your self-esteem is not up to par to be able to pull that off, you too, you're going to be looking like your head is not correct. I'm just joking, but I didn't like can you see that big space in the middle? I didn't want that. In case you run into this problem, this is how you can solve it. You're welcome. I just crocheted some Brazilian wool. I was careful to choose where I am applying that so that it's not going to interfere too much with the zigzag. Even though it's still covering, I added 2 of these and just rounded up the hair. But I felt like adding more bulk to the hair was then concealing the pattern at the base of the hair. So it's up to you if you want to rock this hair more scanty with fewer braids, that's fine. If you want more, you can either make your sections smaller, or when you're done and you feel as if you need more bulk, more volume, then you can do this. So I added 2 extra ones. I was careful and didn't just crochet it towards the end, like it's starting from the root of another section. And there was actually slight difference between this one that doesn't have her natural hair inside and the one that has her natural hair inside. This one was more flexible. I don't know the explanation behind that. Maybe I might know if I can stop and think. I don't want to stop and this one was more flexible. That's all I have to say. So if you want to see how to take down this hair, I made a very very short clip of how I took down the one we made on my hair. I am going to just upload it to my channel. It will be like 1 minute video, but If you're not aware, let's say maybe you were making your hair and you were not looking at the mirror to see how it was made. If you are not watching the hair being made, you might be confused on how to take it down. And if you're not careful, you can cut your hair. So I'm just going to upload that video. To be like 1-2 minutes. Just in case you have a problem taking it down, just know that I've got you and I have a video reflecting that on my channel because I think about everything that concerns what I am doing. I think about it well up to the end so that in case you try to recreate that, you don't run into any problem you're going to run into, I am going to foresee it and let you know. So that was my point. So I just cleaned up the hair a little bit and you can see the end result. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up before you leave. Thank you, baby. This one was more flexible. That's all I have to say. So if you want to see how to take down this hair, I made a very short clip of how I took down the one we made on my hair. I am going to just upload it to my channel. It will be like 1 minute video, but if you're not aware, let's say maybe you were making your hair and you were not looking at the mirror to see how it was made. If you are not watching the hair being made, you might be confused on how to take it down. And if you're not careful, you can cut your hair. So I'm just going to upload that video. To be like 1-2 minutes. Just in case you have a problem taking it down, just know that I've got you and I have a video reflecting that on my channel because I think about everything that concerns what I am doing. I think about it well up to the end so that in case you try to recreate that, you don't run into any problem you're going to run into, I am going to foresee it and let you know. So that was my point. So I just